city is Rishon LeZion. You know, the Zionists, what we call the Jews, have always lived in Israel. But what we call the modern Zionist movement began in the 1880s in Russia, funded by money given by the French Rothschild family, was Rishon LeZion, right to the right. Started as a small community, farming community. Now it's the fourth largest city in Israel. That's Nitzanim. It's a temporary community. That's actually prefabricated housing that was brought down here very quickly in the space of a few months. These are called caravellas in Hebrew. They were brought down here. And everybody that was living there, about 500 of the 1,300 families evacuated from Gaza, was living in the Gaza Strip 2 years ago. Gaza is, for the most part, on the Israeli power grid coming from this power station. Sometimes I'll have on the helicopter journalists who are more sympathetic to Israel, and the first thing they say, so why doesn't Israel just shut off why don't they Israel, you know, when Hamas is there or they shoot Qassams, shut off the electricity and say, we're not going to put the electricity on. Well, you can imagine, you shut off the electricity, hospitals are going to lose electricity, schools, whatever, and Israel, of course, is going to be down. By the way, we do a lot of citrus down in this part of Israel. These are orange trees, because it's sandy. Citrus grows better in sandy soil. So that's why a lot of the Jaffa oranges actually come more now from the south, not from Jaffa. But we're going to see the track of the old Jerusalem-Tel Aviv train line. Okay, there's the train line. I say old because that train line was built in 1897 by the Ottoman Empire at a time when in Israel they did not have the technology to build tunnels. You know, of course, the climate here, we have 7 months of this weather. This is where I usually put out the solar heaters. This is a working class town, by the way, Bat Yam, and you can see there's solar panels on every single rooftop. Just north of Bat Yam, you see the harbor of Jaffa. I don't know, have you been there yet, Jaffa Harbor? By the way, Jaffa is, of course, a mixed Arab-Jewish city, Israeli Arabs, and even in the Arabs, it's mixed Christian-Muslim. So you'll see as we come by Jaffa in a minute, you'll see mosques. Is the church steeple right in the middle of Jaffa. See the church steeple? Why I mention that is the Christian Arab community, often overlooked. Israel last year elected to the Knesset its first woman Arab Christian member of the parliament. Nadia Hillel, elected by one of the Zionist parties, the Labour Party, the sort of Democratic Party of Israel, not one of the Arab parties. This is what we're coming to, the Tel Aviv metropolitan area. By the way, you'll see the Azrieli Towers on one of the bigger towers. That's the Diamond District, Ramat Gan, where you see those other towers, the World Diamond Center. This is where the headquarters are for most of the high-tech companies in Israel. That's the Herzliya Pituach Industrial Center.
And what was the reason you said Intel built closer center over there rather than here?
They got a tax break. It was a development town. We wanted to encourage the economy there. And they agreed because it's actually a good place because it's halfway between Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. You can commute from both. They got a very big tax break, though, to transform a development town into a more, you know, to bring some economy. And it succeeded. It was a big success.